Grant Edwards is the GM of PGG Wrightson Wool. It's time for our monthly look at the wool market, and it's been in real trouble post-COVID, although post-COVID there's a bit of an oxymoron. We're not through it yet. Grant, how bad is it? I'm hearing reports of the market being back as much as, say, 25% on where it was in late February, early March.
Yes, that's correct, Jamie. We've had two auction sales now. One in the North Island last week, and we had one in the South Island here in Christchurch yesterday. And largely we're seeing current prices back, as you've indicated, around 25%. The full-length crossbred fleece is least affected, would be less than that. And the wool type, if you like, that's being affected the most are those strong lambs wools. We're seeing, to a degree, some of them are back sort of at 35 to 40%. And, that's based on that there is a number of them around at this time of the year. Over 20% of our catalogue had lambs wool in it. And also that there's a lot of slight wool around from the meat companies at this time of the year. So, it's tough going, there's no doubt about that.
And Grant, we're not on it alone. Our Australian correspondent said yesterday Australian wool prices, this is fine wool prices, have halved since September of last year. Let's put this into some historic perspective. I remember as a young farmer in 1986 getting $5.05 at auction for some strong wool. That same wool today, bearing in mind we've been through Rogernomics and almost hyperinflation, is getting about $1.70 a kilogram. In real terms, wool has taken an absolute tumble. How do you stay positive? What's the way forward for the industry, Grant? Let's try and drag some positives out of this.
There are still positives there, Jamie. I think we've got to put it in the perspective too of what COVID is doing in the world. A lot of wool ends up in garments, upholstery, carpets, etc., all throughout the UK, Europe, and the USA, and that's some of the key end user markets. Well, those countries have been shut down. And they're still shut down. They're starting to open up slightly now, so there's a few more positives coming through. But when you've got something shut down, it affects the supply chain. So that's what it's doing to the prices at the moment. And there's a degree of business that's currently written that is exporters are working hard with overseas manufacturers, etc., that they're working through to get those supplies, to get that wool flowing. And, of course, there's a degree of discussion around the prices that some of those contracts were written at.
Grant, can we expect a bounce back when and if we get through COVID, when those channels open up? Yes,
I think we can, but it's going to be the timing of when that may occur and how that occurs, Jamie. But yes, I think we can. I've always said on this program, I'm also more than ever convinced that the long-term outlook for wool is still very positive because of that sustainability, environmentally friendly, etc., biodegradable products that we have with this magnificent wool fibre. And we're seeing a nation or a world now, especially with the younger generation, that's really focused on that. So longer term, I certainly see it. We've just got to work through this significant blip at the moment, if you like, for want of a better term, and the industry is working extremely hard to do that, I can tell you that.
Well, if the government ever gets round to building some of the promised Kiwi-built homes, if they insulated them all with wool, that would be a good start. Grant Edwards, I know it's tough times for your industry. I know, talking to some farming mates of mine, it's very tough. The cost of harvesting is more than the wool check in a lot of cases, but onwards and upwards. You keep up the good work.
Thanks, Jamie.